Welcome back, real estate team builders. Lars Hedenborg here, founder of Real Estate B School. And the title of this episode is Trust God and Chill. If you're on the YouTube, you see what I'm talking about. I'm my favorite t-shirt in the world. And I get comments on this t-shirt all the time. It's Trust God plus Chill. And the God part, if you don't share my faith, let God mean something bigger than you. So trust something bigger than you and just chill. And this podcast episode is inspired by a conversation I had with Eric Hatch. And if you missed the episode, you definitely want to rewind one episode and listen to our conversation. Eric brought the fire in terms of what he calls the ultimate or the perfect real estate agent blueprint, and really just broke down step by step how you go from, how you get busy, first of all, to how you get leverage, your first couple of hires, and then how you scale from there. But there's one point in particular that Eric shared with us, and I want to drive a little bit deeper into it. He talked about a triangle, the way he sees, how people's their faith, their family, how they take care of themselves, how that on top of that comes the team and then their clients. And so I want to, envision a triangle where at the base of the triangle, there's God, family, and self. And that's sort of where the trust God, having faith, some kind of faith that you are able to do whatever you want with your real estate business. And there are so many in our industry. Well, first of all, there's a lot of folks that advertise to our industry where everything is FUD, F-U-D. It's fear, uncertainty, and distraction. What's the D? Fear, uncertainty, and distraction. I think it's distraction. Where if it bleeds, it leads. But right now, what's bleeding is like interest rates and the market's going to crash. And I don't believe any of that is going to happen for those that place their faith before fear. And like I said, it could be faith in, for me, it's definitely a faith in God and Jesus and more to this world than just kind of selling houses or coaching clients or, building my EXP organization. There's way more to all of this than those things. So my faith is grounded in like my ability to engage in my work and ultimately have a very deep and meaningful impact in the lives of those that I come into contact with, whether it's through the podcast or some of the trainings we do for Real Estate B School, or we do masterminds for our EXP organization. Whatever it is, I just bring an overwhelming amount of faith that if I can just continue to do those activities, that I will finish this race here on earth very well. So the challenge I have for you, and let me kind of give a little bit of a backdrop in terms of how to think about this. And then I have a challenge for you. So when I think about my journey in business and my journey in what I'm calling my faith, I wasn't even saved. I had no faith bigger than my own efforts when I got into real estate. So in March 5th, 2007, that's when I left. That was my last day of a very cozy, not in like a negative way, like the best corporate job that you could ever have. I did strategy and acquisitions for an aerospace company, the dream job, like literally by design, the dream job. I was traveling the world, visiting with companies and expanding our footprint in aerospace and defense. And I was able to use my engineering background with my Duke MBA. And I spent time on Wall Street in corporate development and acquisitions and financial modeling, and like just all of my skill sets were able to sort of bring those skill sets to bear in this job. And I left it. I left it to become a real estate agent, and everyone thought I was completely crazy. And what I did, the first thing I did was I went to a Craig Proctor event in April 2007. So I was able to place my faith at the time in a process, a system for getting busy as a real estate agent based on, what Craig Proctor was teaching. It was generating leads using low cost, at that time it was Craigslist, generating low cost leads and using a very simple follow-up script, and doing that as many hours as you possibly could, and then organizing those leads and building lead management systems or follow-up systems so that you increase your odds of turning more of those leads generated into face-to-face meetings, buyer consultations, and then ultimately learning the listing side, listing consultations, and then the business sort of takes on a life of its own. And then you have to hire an administrator because you're doing way too many admin tasks. And then you're like, oh man, I can't show homes, anymore, because that's all evenings and weekends. So you hire junior agents that can double down as showing agents. And that's kind of how this thing took on a life of its own. But the only thing I had faith in at that time, getting new into real estate, not having a sales background, not having done any of these things before, the faith that I had was in the folks that were teaching me how to do it. At the time it was Craig Proctor, and then it became Kinder Reese, and then I coached with Bob Corcoran. And so I placed my faith in those organizations showing me the way or the next step or the next right thing to do. But then in 2009, I actually, what was Mother's Day 2009, I had an encounter with, just not an encounter as much as just a declaration of my faith in something bigger than me. And that's when I became a Jesus follower, and not really knowing what it was at the time, sort of being new in my faith and being born again, but then sort of just unleashing what is now a 13-year journey of getting to know God better and more intimately every day. And so now when I look in, the early days of what my faith, where I placed it, it was in those coaches and my own abilities to make stuff happen. And now it's like, I just know everything's going to be okay if I keep showing up every day and I do the activities that God is, or I interact in the right way with people that God is putting me in front of. And I still have to be diligent to actually do the work. But let's get back to this pyramid. So that's kind of the backdrop to the story. The pyramid, essentially, this is the way Eric laid it out for us, is that you will not be effective building, growing and scaling your business, adding an administrator or agents, building a team or interacting with clients if you don't have the God family self handled. And even though I'm kind of generalizing this and saying, have some sort of faith, trust something bigger than yourself. I do believe that there is, I don't call it a higher power, but coming from liberal parents who didn't have, any sort of intimate sense of God and Jesus and the Holy Spirit, let's call it a holy power. There's something bigger out there that should be guiding you. And if you want to have a direct conversation about your faith, for sure, reach out to me. I'm not the expert. I'm not a biblical scholar, but I can definitely help you with that as well. But prioritize the relationship with God, the relationship with your family, and then the relationship with yourself. So if you're off on those three things, chances are you're not going to be any good to anyone as it relates to scaling your business, adding team members and serving them at the highest level, and then having them love on your clients ultimately. So you're going to be disconnected if you don't have the base of this dialed in properly. And so this isn't necessarily like an altar call or where like, hey, like if you don't know Jesus, like this is your time. And at the same time, I want you to, and this is the little bit of a challenge, is that I want you to take some quiet time and just kind of think about where you place your faith. Two questions. Where you place your faith. Is it in a coaching program, a way of doing business, your own abilities? Or if you don't have a lot of faith, Are you more fearful? There's this spectrum of faith and fear. Are you more fearful? And then what makes you fearful? And then I would argue that there's this virtuous cycle of faith and fear. If you can identify the things that make you fearful, like mortgage rates, the global unrest, the social unrest in the US, mortgage rates, oh, the market's going to crash, or there's not enough inventory, whatever your feet, you're spinning in your head in terms of your fears, by refocusing on God or your faith, your family, and getting those relationships right, and then ultimately taking care of yourself. And that's your emotional well-being, that's your physical well-being, and obviously your spiritual well-being, which kind of links back into the faith and the God part. So that's my challenge for you. Just take a little bit of quiet time to really think about how you're showing up, how you're operating. And if you're leaning towards the fear side of things right now, you've got to take some steps backward and realize that even if for now it's not faith in God or walking alongside Jesus, it could just be faith in coming alongside Real Estate B School, or coming alongside a mastermind group or a productivity partner in your local market, to place your faith in something that's consistent, that can give you the stability to get out of fear mode. And so trust God and chill. That's the ultimate message. But then really kind of consider how you operate. I'm at a point now where personally I've got some significant challenges going on with my family. In business, we've always got major challenges going on, and some very specific tough challenges on the coaching business. But my faith hasn't been higher. Like, I feel like I'm a 9.5 toward faith and a 0.5 towards fear. So kind of judge yourself with, maybe we'll go like a 0 is your all fear and a 10 is your all faith. So kind of pick where you are, and then you've got to take a step back and evaluate, like, what can you do today to place your faith in something bigger than you? If you want to investigate and explore what it might look like to partner with me directly, like partner personally with me to help you grow and scale your real estate business, build out multiple income streams, go to partnerwithrebs.com. That's partnerwithrebs.com. You can hit the button, learn the truth, see what it's all about. You can book directly into my calendar through that website, partnerwithrebs.com. We'll see you over there. Be good.